What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we dive into everything Dallas Cowboys. The team is always striving to improve, and after a challenging season, it's clear that upgrades are needed to ensure we're back to contending for a Super Bowl. Today we're going to break down a crucial area of concern, the tight end position, and whether Jake Ferguson's role should be reevaluated as the Cowboys look to strengthen their offense. Before we dive in, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. The Cowboys closed out the 2024 season with mixed emotions. The defense looked elite, and some young offensive players showed significant growth. However, the biggest storyline remains the regression of the offense, even. Before Dak Prescott went down with a season-ending injury, the offense was struggling. Prescott had one of the worst statistical years of his career, setting career lows in completion rate, EPA per dropback, and yards per attempt. But Prescott's poor performance isn't the sole reason for the offensive downturn. CeeDee Lamb's slow start after missing most of the offseason due to a contract holdout, offensive line instability, and a lack of reliable secondary targets all contributed to the struggles. One player the Cowboys had high hopes for this season was Jake Ferguson. Coming off a breakout 2023 season where he tallied 761 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, and earned a Pro Bowl nod, Ferguson seemed primed for even greater success. However, this season told a different story. Battling injuries, including a concussion that sidelined him for 2 games, Ferguson struggled to maintain his form. His numbers took a significant dip. 494 receiving yards on 59 receptions with 0 touchdowns. His average of 8.4 yards per reception was a career low, and he also saw a drop in his ability to generate yards after the catch. The advanced metrics painted an even bleaker picture. Ferguson's DER, defense-adjusted yards above replacement, ranked him as the least efficient tight end in the league this season. In fact, the least efficient in NFL history by that measure. Ferguson's regression wasn't just about statistics, his play got sloppy. After going his first 2 seasons without a fumble, he coughed up the ball 4 times this year, losing 2 of them. He also led all skill players in penalties with 9, despite missing 3 games. These mistakes only added to the Cowboys' offensive woes. It's important to note that the revolving door at quarterback didn't do Ferguson any favors. Prescott's efficiency was down, and Cooper Rush struggled when thrust into the starting role. Even so, Ferguson's individual efficiency was poor regardless of who was under center. His DVOA, defense-adjusted value over average, stood at 24% when Prescott was playing and plummeted to 51% with Rush. As Ferguson enters the final year of his rookie contract, the Cowboys find themselves in a tough position. There's no denying Ferguson's potential. He's already proven he can perform at a high level. But the inconsistency raises concerns. With Prescott returning from injury next season, the Cowboys need reliable targets beyond just CeeDee Lamb. While upgrading the wide receiver position is likely the top priority, there are opportunities to bolster the tight end spot as well. Pending free agents like Mo Alie-Cox or Mike Gesicki could be intriguing options. There's also the possibility of targeting a tight end in the draft, such as Tyler Warren from Penn State. The Cowboys shouldn't completely give up on Ferguson, but they also shouldn't rely solely on a rebound season from him. Competition often brings out the best in players, and adding depth at tight end could push Ferguson to elevate his game. Meanwhile, in the background of all this, head coach Mike McCarthy's future hangs in the balance. While reports indicate that talks are heating up to retain him, legendary Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman recently expressed confusion over the delay in finalizing McCarthy's contract. Aikman's comments on Sports Radio 96.7 FM highlighted the strange nature of the situation. Despite the uncertainty, Aikman believes McCarthy will be back, pointing to the Cowboys blocking the Bears from interviewing him as a strong indication. The Cowboys have had ample time to evaluate McCarthy's performance, yet questions remain. With 3 consecutive 12-win seasons under his belt, but no deep playoff runs to show for it, McCarthy's tenure has been a mixed bag. The team's 7-10. Finish this year added fuel to the fire of whether he's the right man to elevate the Cowboys to championship contention. Whether it's a coaching shakeup or a roster overhaul, the Cowboys have significant decisions to make this offseason. Improving the tight end position, upgrading wide receiver depth, and solidifying the coaching staff are just a few of the steps necessary to build a championship-caliber team. The clock is ticking and every decision matters as the Cowboys look to make 2025 a year of redemption. When it comes to drafting, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy have a distinct approach, one rooted in tradition but driven by the constant pressure to stay competitive. Over the past few years, the Cowboys' draft strategy has revealed several key tendencies shaping the team's foundation while showing both strengths and areas for improvement. Let's break it all down and see what this means for the Cowboys' future and potential success. First-round draft strategy. One thing is clear. Dallas prioritizes premium positions early. Since McCarthy took over in 2020, they've consistently focused on bolstering the offensive and defensive lines. Just look at game changers like Micah Parsons and Tyler Smith. They're not aggressive about trading up. Instead, they prefer sticking to their slot and selecting the best talent available. While this conservative approach has drawn criticism, it has led to some undeniable wins, including standout players from Power 5 conferences like the Big Ten and SEC. What does this tell us? The Cowboys value stability and proven talent over taking wild risks. Offensive draft preferences. Dallas's approach to building their offense is meticulous. They have a track record of investing heavily in top-tier offensive linemen early in the draft. Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and more recently Tyler Smith are shining examples of this strategy. They've also leaned towards selecting wide receivers who offer versatility rather than just raw speed. Players like CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert showcase this mindset, providing multidimensional threats on the field. Interestingly, the Cowboys have shown restraint when it comes to drafting running backs early, a reflection of their belief in developing depth at other skill positions. Defensive draft. Focus on defense. Dallas prioritizes versatility and rotation. The team's focus on pass rushers and linebacker edge hybrids like Micah Parsons highlights this. They also have a preference for drafting cornerbacks with length and strong pressman skills. When it comes to safeties, they often wait until the later rounds to find players who can develop into key contributors, as seen with Israel Mukuamu. The Cowboys have proven they can find defensive value deep in the draft, which has paid off in the form of strong secondary play and reliable special teams contributors. Late-round strategy. Dallas doesn't just aim for instant starters. They're looking for long-term value. In rounds 5 through 7, the focus shifts to players with immediate special teams potential. They've excelled at finding hidden gems in the later rounds, particularly offensive linemen and defensive backs. A calculated risk they often take is drafting players with injury histories, hoping to snag someone with earlier round potential. Key. McCarthy influences. McCarthy's vision emphasizes offensive versatility, football IQ, and scheme fit. Players who can contribute in multiple phases of the game, possess leadership qualities, and come from winning college programs tend to get the nod. This disciplined approach ensures that new additions fit seamlessly into the Cowboys system. Overall draft philosophy. The Cowboys' philosophy is simple. They draft for long-term success, not just immediate needs. They stick to the best player available mantra and value physical traits and athleticism. Leadership, character, and competitiveness are essential factors when selecting players. These qualities help build a roster capable of enduring the rigors of an NFL season. Now it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think the Cowboys should do about Jake Ferguson? Should they give him another chance or bring in new talent? How do you feel about McCarthy's potential return as head coach? What other changes do you think are crucial to getting this team back on track? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from every one of you. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date on all things Cowboys. Until next time, go Cowboys!